right, drone surgery 101. As I'm going to show you here on this, let's see if I can get this in the shot. Right here on, and I'll include a picture, a high-res picture. Right here, there's a bunch of splatter. Solder splatter that's crossing pins, and it's causing the controller to not be able to, well, talk to the rotors properly. So what we're doing right now is we're going to do some surgery and hope that this is fixable and the damage has not been done. Irreparable damage has not been done either to the flight control board or the ESCs. My guess is it probably has already been done, but we will see. Now, I've got my two X-Acto knives here to do this very fine surgery on this part right here. There will be an included picture of the before and the after of this particular spot. So let's get started. Now, I'm using the big one to get the heavy stuff off first. Try to get it off of the offending area here. Get that spillover off. I got it off the actual plastic, and I got to get it off of the circuit board itself where it's crossing the board. Alrighty. Why does that feel so loose? It's just awfully loose. This little bit right here is the offending appendage, and it looks clean. Yeah. So I'm going to take some pictures now. I'm going to do it in the camera shot so you can actually see me doing this. So this right here, I'm going to be taking a small picture of. It's the offending solder. And yes, I know, I'm using my cell phone. Well, who cares? Makes good pictures, actually, high quality pictures. That's why I use my cell phone. I actually enjoy it. All right, let's see here. Let's do it this way. There we go. It's one. Change the lighting a little. Two. That's the offending piece of solder. Here's the after image of the drone. Get one of those for you guys and for the parties involved in this matter. And that's how it should look. Now we will test. We will see. Is this thing truly and completely dead? Or can I revive it and salvage it and keep it alive? We will find out. I'm going to keep this running. There's the surgery. Relatively painless. I wish I'd known about it before I actually powered the damn thing up and tried to fucking set it up over and over and over again. Because I wouldn't have actually cleaned that off beforehand and not tried to set the darn thing up with a cross solder on it. Gotta love it when manufacturers don't do their job. So, that's why we end up having to cover up, clean up for them. Yeah. For the camera, as you can see on the end of my finger here, see a little bit of solder? Yeah, a little bit of solder can turn a $300 or $200 drone into a paperweight. That can turn this into a paperweight. So keep that in mind, people. Always check this stuff and inspect it before you actually power it up. If you power it up afterwards, well, then you can't go backwards. I'll put that aside. I'm going to keep the solder there from that, and we'll see how bad the damage was. So let me grab the communication cord. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering what that is, this specific thing here, the bottom plate on the Ishin's 250 racer, this whole bottom plate is a power distribution board. Okay, it's part of the reason why they have a pad on the underside of this to try and protect the power distribution board from damage on impact on something that might be underneath of it. Even then, it's still, you can see how thin that is. That's my nail, and I actually have fairly long nails. That's my nail, that's how thick it is. That being said, this particular connector here, to my knowledge and to my understanding, this connector controls and manages the signal from the flight control board inside to the ESCs on each arm that then control the rotors. I'm hoping that it's a low enough voltage device that it hasn't fried that or this. I'm hoping that's the case. But then again, you're talking about power. And anytime you're talking about power and circuits and crossing circuits and shorting, there's a high likelihood there's damage here. Oh, almost forgot. I need to put that thing on before I fry that. Always, 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 always make sure you double check on everything so you don't fry it any more than it already is. The flights, the camera's fine on this thing for 4. It seems to be fine. Most of the rest of the stuff seems to be okay. The systems seem to be okay, but the flight control board and the ESCs and the motors are the 3 things I'm worried about. I'm honestly thinking it'd probably be no more than the flight control board and these ESCs, because the first thing's going to go will be the ESCs. If that's the case, it should not traverse to the motors. I'm hoping, but we will see. Pull you. I don't need you connected right now. I'm not playing a game. I'm actually working on the drone. Plug you in. Come over here. We'll plug this back in and pray. You guys can pray with me if you want. All the prayers I can get are always welcome. Let's really hope that this beautiful, beautiful unit here that's brand new out of the box is not dead. Alright, let me open my Open Pilot right now, since that's the last thing I had hooked up to. And we'll see if it behaves. If it does the job it's supposed to do when you go to start the thing. I'm trying to get a good camera angle here. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a lot better, actually. I'll move this thing back into the picture a bit more. There we go. This, but that's, by the way, Beautiful desk, high end grade, solid wood. I got it for free. I'm a lucky buddy. So, anyways, autopilot's on. Vehicle setup. Actually, let's do this. Cancel that. I'm going to go to flight data just to make sure that it is indeed recognizing. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you guys. So, switch mode. I'm moving the drone. It's tracking, so that means it's got a good connection, good telemetry. We're good there. Move this back into the frame and switch back over. So we're going to go over to welcome vehicle setup wizard. I'm running it through a complete refresh from ground up and praying it's going to work. While that's loading or running, I got to grab a battery to do this test. All right, let's pray. All right, keep the same settings as before. That there, it's quadcopter. Yada yada. Yes, this is the accurate one. Go next. This is the basic information. Verify this is the diagram. Go next. Go to calculate that. We're doing this from ground up. Total refresh on everything. So, excuse me. This is done. So next. All right. Here you go. Click, click, click. And it says press start button when enabled, which it's enabled. Battery not connected. Now it says to connect the battery. Let's see. That is not good. What that tells me, I think it's dead, Jim. The damage has been done. That tells me, in all likelihood, one or more of these ESCs are definitely likely dead. So my best bet at this point will end up being to have them send me express mail or overnight if possible 4 ESCs and likely a new flight control board. Because those are the the two components likely to have been damaged by this defect over here. So let's go ahead and do stop. This is disconnect. Yeah, it's not good. Okay. Be disconnected. Go next. Oops, sorry. Wrong screen. Go next. This is power back on, because for the next part, this might give you a chance to figure out which ones are all dead. Truly dead. Next. Start. This is the top rotor here. Actually, First one we're going to do is the top rotor here. We're looking for it to spin up. And that's what we get. It is possible the rotor, the motor is dead as well. So I'm going to probably have them send me the whole bit. Motor, this, and that. That way we don't have to keep trying to have them send me new shit, new stuff to make this work. It's trying. I mean, if I pre-spin it, I can get it going. But it's not going the speed it's supposed to. This is max. I'll show you. This is maxed. Okay, that thing should be screaming fast. It is barely spinning. So there's likely damage to these motors as well. So I'm gonna have to basically replace everything from here to the control board, including the control board on this thing, which is gonna suck. Yeah, it's a lot of soldering. Yeah. Yeah. These things have no speed to them. They're toast. So I'm so annoyed right now. Last one. That one I can actually get to spin. But just get to spin. This, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, means this, for all intents and purposes, is still dead. Out of the box. I got unlucky. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for tonight. I will be closing this thing up, boxing it up, and putting it aside to find out until I hear back from Banggood in regards to what they want me to do about it and what they are going to do about it. I see 3 potential options for Banggood. Option 1, Banggood refunds me my money and says, we're sorry, keep the defective unit, whatever. We don't want to have to spend the money to ship it back because it's dead. For all intents and purposes, it's dead. 2, they give me a partial refund. A refund for the cost of the value of the drone itself, not including the batteries, all the other stuff, just the drone, which I think is like $150, $200, somewhere in that range. At which point I'll take that money, go out, buy all the stuff I need, flight control, things, all that other stuff, and then do it up and then do a rebuild on this. Or they might just say, okay, we screwed up. Give me a list of parts you need to do a rebuild. At which point I'll tell them this, and the flight control board, and for the inconvenience, I would like them to go from the current flight board that's in here, rather than keep sending the exact same flight board, control board. I'm going to ask them to send me the upgrade, which is the CC3D Revolution board with GPS and telemetry stuff, so that if I'm going to be doing this and if I'm going to have to suffer, because now at this point I'm out a week and a hell of a lot of work, because if I'm doing a rebuild, this is going to take me some time and possibly money to do a rebuild. So for that, I'm going to ask that they make at least that portion be a upgrade. It's not an unreasonable request, and I'm hoping they'll actually agree with me on that. Either way, I will be keeping a video log and recording of everything I'm doing right now, and keep everybody appraised on exactly what we are dealing with. So keep on following, keep on checking back to see the progress of this incredible debacle. I'm going to unplug the power. And let's hope that the shorter of the options prevails. I really would love to take this thing out and fly. That's why I bought it. I bought it to fly. I bought it to go out and do some racing and learn and all that good stuff. Can't do that if it's dead. But I will say this, it is one hell of a learning experience. Because I'm going to end up having to learn the reconstruction, for the most part, from the ground up, of this entire machine, possibly, if they go for that option. Either way, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out and watch this insanity progress. And hopefully, we will have some sort of resolution on this matter from Banggood and or Sheen. Likely from Banggood. Sorry, Banggood. Banggood.com. They're the likely ones that I'm going to have to do all the fixing, or the making this right. We will see. Companies are kind of weird that way. But in term, this baggie will contain the offending solder. That's my proof. Keeping the solder is my proof. I got the picture evidence and the video feed proof of what I've done, what was here before, what is here now, how it should look and how it did look. I'll put those up, comparison, and put them up on my website, so you can, or on my Facebook, so you can track that. So, word to the wise: if you ever buy any electronic device, especially when that's a kit that's put together by some manufacturer, always inspect all the solder points before applying power. This could save you a lot of time, headache, and potential damage. That being said, it's not my fault they put that extra solder on that part. That's not supposed to be there. That's them. That's on them. And I should have been able to just pull it out of the box, plug it in, and be good. But to due diligence, you still should check. So, thank you for stopping by. Take care and talk to you later. Goodbye.